What up, everybody? AOJ back at it with another review, and as you can tell by the description, the title, or the still photo of this video, I'm doing it on the Starbuzz e-hose. For the first of its kind, this was generously given to me by Alex over at 5starhookah.com. I was very interested in wanting to do a review of this, so I asked him how much these things go for. That way I can pick one up and do a review for you guys. He told me just to go ahead and pick one out and just do a review before the weekend ends, so I decided Sunday, since I got it on Friday, that I've had some time to put some miles on it, so I decided Sunday was going to be the best day. That way I get a good idea of what it's like. So starting off with the box, as you guys can see, Starbuzz logo up here, e-hose says Starbuzz along the side, and a few other things on this side. What it actually says on that side is electronic handheld hookah, the first of its kind. There are a few other ones on the market, but they're not nearly as close to hookah as this. The other ones are just more or less a variation of an e-cigarette. On the side right here, you got the silhouette or a photo of the e-hose. This is actual size. As you guys can see, I got the purple version. But if you guys are looking at the box and you guys want to know exactly how large it is set up, this is a good idea of how large the actual device is once it's fully set up. On this side, we got the Starbuzz logo on the top side. And then on the bottom side, we got the Square logo. Square actually is the one that produces, or actually designs or makes this device. Square is one of the larger known brands in the vapor world, or the e-cigarette industry. They make a lot of disposable devices, and they're fairly known within that industry. On the back side of this, you got the e-hose logo here, electronic handheld hookah. The contents of this, you get one e-hose, two mouth tips, two rubberized mouth tips, an AC charger, and then two pre-filled flavored cartomizers or cartridges. Starbuzz logo here, Square logo here, and then you got different variations of the e-hose. You got pink, red, blue, black. I have the purple, and I think there is a green, but I'm not exactly sure. So we'll open up the box just to give you guys a little sneak peek of exactly how it's going to be packaged and how you guys are going to get it. So designated area for your e-hose up here is for your AC charger. Right here is for your mouth tip. This is for your the two rubberized mouth tips for sharing. They're going to come here, and then your two flavors are going to be right there. Here's a little booklet on instructions. I really didn't read that just because it's a straightforward setup. So this box is really nice to have around. I wouldn't throw it away. If you decide to store your e-hose, it'd be nice to just put it back in here, and that way you can just store it away fairly easy and have it out of the way without all the parts just floating around everywhere. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the two cartomizers or cartridges that they give you. These are regular pre-filled cartomizers. These are not 510 or 808s, so you cannot screw this into any other device. And I think Starbuzz did that for a reason. I tried to screw this into my 510 K100 vape. Did not screw in, so I'm assuming that this is unique to this device, and I'm pretty sure it's unique to this device. That way you cannot screw any 510 or 808 flavors, cartridges, cartomizers into this. So you're gonna have to buy Starbuzz's pre-filled cartomizers with their pre-mixed liquids. So that's very smart of Starbuzz. If you're going to go ahead and buy their product, they want you to use their flavors. So why not? So these are very unique to this device. These are, like I said, pre-filled cartomizers. So you're gonna get two of those. You're gonna get an AC charger, and this is a wall charger. This is a US wall charger, not a European. So if you're in a different country and you don't have the US ones, you're probably gonna have to find an adapter. But this is the one that Starbuzz provides you with. So it's a wall adapter as well. You're gonna get two rubberized mouth tips. I've been using one just because I like the taper. I like how narrow it is. So I've been using this one. You get two for sharing, so that's pretty cool. The mouth tip. This is the mouth tip that you guys are going to be provided with. Looks very similar to a hookah mouth tip. Very nice. It has an acrylic outside with a pink inner. It's a threaded mouth tip, so you're not going to be able to use this into your like Najum or Namor or any removable tip mouth tip or hookah hose. This is just one for this particular device. So this is the top part of this actual e-hookah device. It's a threaded body, and the reason for that is when you put your mouth tip in, you're going to spin it counterclockwise, and it's going to lock in there in place. You're going to get provided with this grommet. This is actually going to seal up the inside device where your cartridge goes, and it's going to center it a lot more. I think one of the flavors might be leaking, so I'm getting it all over the place. But yeah, this is going to go into this side, just like that, and it has pre-designated slots for your cartomizers to fit into, which is here and here. And the reason for that is on the inside of this, there is also pre-cut slots for these rubberized pieces to go to. So down there you can see your positive posts for your cartomizers. That's what you're going to screw your cartomizers into, and it's going to fire. This is no button needed. This is there's no bottom button, there's no side button, nothing like that. It's all air activated, so every time you take a draw, this light will come on and it's going to fire the positive posts, creating a current to the cartomizers and essentially vaporizing the liquid inside. This is essentially a big battery. Once again, like the Starbuzz e-cigarette review that I did, same idea there. It's a big battery, except this one is chargeable. I'm not exactly sure how many watts or how many mAh this battery is, but I'm assuming it's over 1,000, maybe 1,100. I would assume that it is that big, that because you're firing two cartomizers, that I mean it's going to use a little bit more wattage and voltage. But yeah, it's a big old battery. On the bottom side, you're gonna get the light there, which I'll show you guys a demonstration there. That's your access port for your AC adapter, and I'll go ahead and set this up for you guys. These do have, once again, little rubberized grommets. I take those off in advance, so you're gonna go ahead and put one in there and just spin it. You don't want to over tighten these, but you want to make sure that it is fairly tight. You don't want to get too deep in there and just grind them down. Same thing with the other side. Let me go take this grommet off too. So threads are fairly crispy. They seed nice, they fit nice. So that's one thing that's very good about this device. So there you go. You're going to want to go ahead and put the top part in, of course, with these two prongs on the opposite side, obviously, of the cartomizer. So you're going to want to put them on either left or right or up or down, and then you're going to want to screw clockwise. So that's seated nice, very crispy threads. Looks like it's machined very well. Overall, based off first impression, this device has a nice heavy weight to it. I'm assuming it's because of the battery. The fittings, up and bottom, are made out of aluminum and painted or anodized or colored black with a nice silver trim. As you guys can see, it has a very similar effect or feel as a hookah hose, with that leather along with you know, the nylon braid to it. So it looks very similar to a hookah handle, and then it has the e-hose logo all the way down. Like I said, looks very nice. There's nothing really too different from, I guess you can say, other vapes or other e-cigs. Other than that, it looks like a Starbuzz or like a hookah hose. So you're gonna have to put both cartridges in there, which can be a good or bad thing depending on how you look at it. If you only use one cartridge, it's not going to vape very well. I've tried it. It does work, but it doesn't vape very well. So that's one thing. Another thing that is very good about it is that if you decide that you want to mix flavors, you can just put one on either or, and it mixes very well. It's going to be a 50-50 blend. So that's one thing that's very good. And something that I personally like, because I like to mix things with mint. So it seems like if I'm going to be using this and I want to smoke Irish peach or double apple, and I like double apple with mint, I'm going to go ahead and put something like Simply Mint in there. It's going to be like a double apple mint, which is very good. And pretty cool in my personal opinion. Overall, based off first impression, setting up this device and using it for the first time, I was very impressed. The weight feels very good. The machining feels very good. All the threads feel very crispy. The design is fairly cool. And like overall, just based off setting it up, I was very impressed. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera angle, just show you guys a few drags, show you guys a few clouds, and evaluate Starbuzz e-hose. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so I'm back. As you guys can see, got the e-hose right here, fully set up. I've been vaping it for a little bit now. Before I get started, I just want to show you guys the indication light. I wasn't really able to show you guys that or explain it. So indication light here, it turns a designated color to what your e-hose is. So this one is going to be purple. I know the red one turns red, the blue one turns blue, so on and so forth. I know the black one though turns red, because if you had a black light, it'd just be purple. But I think it turns red. And with these devices, when your battery's fully dead, it turns red. When your battery's fully charged, it turns green. I'm pretty much an avid vapor. I vape on a regular basis. I don't know why I can't talk today. But I vape on a regular basis. So I vape for the most part of my day, from the time that I go to work till the time I come home, I'm vaping. After the gym is when I smoke my hookah. So two hours of my day I decide to smoke hookah. But for the most part, I vape. I know with other vape mod devices, you're able to get a more advanced light system. I know with the Inokin iTaste MVP, it has a different light system, and it actually has a more advanced light system with that particular device instead of the green and red only. I know when it's fully charged, it's fully green. As you're hitting your devices and as you're firing your device, it continuously stays green. As the battery life starts to descend and lose its charge, it turns yellow, and as it is fully dead, it turns red. So this is not nearly as advanced as that, but it does have a 3 light indication system. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of clouds, evaluate the device, give you maybe some pros and cons. I don't know, we'll go from there, and give you guys my overall rating. So here we go. So as you guys can see, vapor output is fairly nice, big white puffy clouds. And I am fairly impressed with this. One thing that you guys should be aware of when you guys get this device is it replicates hookah in some aspects, but one thing that is very important to me is the airflow, and this does not replicate hookah's airflow. It's very tight, very restricted. You're still able to lung hit it rather than throat hit, but it's not nearly as wide open as hookah, which is something that I wanted to see. I know at the Tobacco Plus Expo, I spoke with Starbuzz, and they said that they were going to be, putting an airflow system. It was either Starbuzz or Square, but they said that you're going to be able to adjust your airflow. I haven't found it, and I really haven't, really tried to find it, but I don't think this has an airflow control system. So it's a very stiff draw. Your style of smoking is going to be different. It's not going to be like hookah when you can just explode with your lungs. This one is going to be a nicer, smoother, long dragged out type of hit. So your actual inhale is going to be a lot slower and a lot more consistent to actually get that big cloud. So that's one thing that is fairly, I don't know, it's not really a disappointment, but it was something that I wasn't expecting. I thought it was going to be a lot more wide open than that. But that's probably one of the cons. Another con would be the price tag. At $200, this is fairly expensive, but if you have the money and you're willing to invest in it, I think you're going to be very happy with it. The quality is very, very, very well built. All the threads are very crispy. Everything that you see here is very nice and well made. Has a nice weight to it. Overall, it seems like they put a lot of time and thought and nice quality product and material to this device. So it looks and feels like $200 worth. I mean, it feels like it's supposed to be an expensive device. I know some devices, and even in the vapor world, range up to that price. So it's not that shocking. I mean, I know with hookah smokers, you feel like you're not going to get $200. It's not something that you're really really into. But it is something that is I can see why it's worth $200. It's very advanced. A pro would be that a pro, I guess you can say, rather than a con, would be it's very similar to hookah. You get the same feel as you're holding it, as you're smoking it, the cloud output, and how smooth it is. So with saying that, you're not going to get any throat hit because there is no nicotine, no PG base to it. So there's going to be no real throat hit. It's just going to be a smooth, nice, enjoyable vape. So overall, minus those pros and cons, I would say it is worth its price. It's a little pricey, but it is worth it. I know the cartridges are a little bit cheaper than the actual e-cig. So when you're investing in this and you smoke a lot of e-cigs, that e-cig will actually transfer off and probably save you money in the long run. But overall, I personally dig the device. I like the fact that it tastes like a lot of hookahs. You get a lot of the hookah flavors that they came out with in the past. It tastes very similar. You get that actual feel as you're using a hose, and overall, it gives you a good experience. And I'm actually going to be using this on the car ride to work tomorrow. So overall, I'm going to go ahead and rate it a 10. It's a very nice product. If you guys want to find it, the Starbuzz e-cig, or the Starbuzz e-hose, you can find it over at 5starhookah.com. I'm AOJ, repping the Hookah Cartel, X-Flip Squad. See you guys later.